In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how and why I barricade some of the places where you have loot boxes. The reasoning behind it is pretty simple. Animals in the area get in and attack you when you're trying to loot something. The rules I follow, whether or not you're going to do so, is number one, make it to where anybody can get in and out easily at one point, preferably two. Next, make it to where the animals either are unable to entirely or almost incapable of getting into it. Next, on some servers you can or you cannot place placeable items or foundations in or around these spaces. The one that seems to be an exception is putting up what a lot of people call a combat wall, but it's just called a barricade. I'm going to make 7 of them at minimum here and 1 wood shelter. Let's see how fast it crafts. Hopefully it does it quickly. Good. Wood barricade, I'm going to click up to 7. Put them down in my hotbar for the parts. And now we're just going to go a little berserk here. First of all, we get down here. We go over to the far end here first because this is the least likely to have animals attack me. And I want to seal it up on the easy spots first. We bring it in, and I'm going to bring it over here to where it clips into the shipping container, and that should hopefully keep animals out. Specifically, we're talking about the radimals as I like calling them, and or well, just any dang thing. Now the tree is supposed to be a collision item. However, the flag for it may or may not have it collide properly with specifically wolves. The bears are kept out, but not necessarily. So we put the 2 here. We need it to clip in at least partially. Now that's not overlapping there at all, so we're not going to be able to say that it's going to be perfect. I would put one more thing in front of it, a large box for instance. Over here, it's not practical to do the barricades, so we hit number 6 on my keyboard, bring this forward, and we're using this just to lock things up here. I'm going to move over to where it clips into that, I guess you'd call it a pillar, and into the shipping container. We go over here, even though this might seem unnecessary, we go here and we do number 5 here again. And again, we clip it in. And it needs to clip at least somewhat into the center of that pillar at the base and the shipping container. Now over here to do the last part of it, we need to line up with that pile of tires there. We need to go, if we can get away with it, this outer edge here, exactly right here, over to there somewhere, preferably the midpoint. If we do 3 or 4, we'll hit some sweet spot where we can get away with it. I'm going to try to make myself at a 90-degree angle, back up a bit here. I'm going to hit the number for bringing it up, and I'm going to tap over 1 notch at a time until I can get where I'm over here. I want it to be really just barely touching it, and I want it to leave enough of space where we can get through it, but the animals couldn't possibly do so. We have to clip it into the tires as best we can. We go over, and if I did it right, great. If I didn't, well, that's going to suck. Can I get over here? And barely. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 barricades, and then 1 mini wood storage building. And now anybody can come in here and raid it and get away with doing so, and they should be able to jump through here, and that should keep out almost everything. The wolves will still teleport through things because they basically wall hack all the time, and that's just what they do, and yeah, it sucks. And that'll be it for today on just doing this part of the actual hangar.